Well, welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines. And as we do every week, we're going to talk about the round that was round 9, gentlemen, of the NRL.
The round that was.
The round that was, and then later on we're going to talk about round 10.
It was actually round 10, I think.
Alright, it was round 10.
Finger on the
It's been a
pulse.
long day.
That's all right. Because we need to talk about the winner's circle too.
Ah,
Yeah.
I expected that to come.
So we're going to have a talk about round 10, and then we'll talk about round 11.
Yep.
But in between that, we're also going to talk about a few state of origin possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Well,
so
not so much possibilities, but locks.
we'll talk about,
Let's go
they're
through our
locked
teams.
into us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll actually agree on a majority of positions.
Wow, that's scary.
It is actually. Brian, how are you tonight?
Fantastic. In the winner's circle again.
You're staying there too long. I am getting worried about you. Tom?
Yeah, I'm doing well. We had a loss, but that could be a good thing in the long run.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Well,
You're
no.
happy about it.
Yeah, but South's loss will be coming up soon, I'm sure. In fact, I was surprised they didn't lose on the weekend, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So let's talk round 10. Gentlemen, on Thursday night was Melbourne Storm 24 over Tigers 22.
And the best team lost.
Oh, how many times are we going to say that about the Tigers?
I
And
know.
the best team lost.
I mean, I tell you what, they went close.
They got out of jail, Melbourne. They just got out of jail.
Yeah.
But, good teams can do that. It just seemed a real travesty against the Tigers, I thought, because I thought that they put in for the whole 80 minutes. Unlucky at the end.
Yeah, but at the end, there were a couple of controversial tries.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
The second last try, the Storm,
Marion Sevi,
yeah,
the winger, the
Last-
centre, I think.
yeah, last try wasn't. There was a Storm player in the defensive line. Technically, took out a Tigers defender, and they went through and scored. And the bunker said no, it wasn't interference.
Mm. And there are always 50-50 calls, though. I mean, there are very often 50-50 calls, those.
This one seemed a little bit more than 50-50.
I know, but whenever we're talking about obstruction, there's always that element of doubt all the time, and that's what I was referring to.
Yeah. I don't think there was that much. So we're just moving the table, moving our cup of tea forward.
Which is getting ourselves organised to be comfortable.
Yeah.
But nobody knew that until you brought it up.
No, they did because Tom leaned forward.
Because they didn't know what he was doing.
Well,
Okay, let's talk about some football.
Could have been reaching for notes or something.
how good's Pappenhausen?
Yeah, he's sensational, isn't he?
Jeez, isn't it?
He's got some pace.
The Tigers must be devastated they let Pappenhausen
And
and Addo because they've got so much pace out wide.
Korobidi, there was another one they let go to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And they're all speedsters.
I know. And I want to bring up also the last try. Knock on or not? Fell over the line, the ball juggled in his arms.
Yes.
they
Yeah,
said
I thought that was a
caught it.
knock-on. I thought that was a knock-on.
So, interesting how there were a number of issues throughout that game that I thought really went Melbourne's way.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And at Amy Park, for some reason, they do. I think they do get a rub of the green at Amy Park for some reason.
Oh, look,
And that's not... It's meant to be a comment on the referees, because it sounds like it is, but just at Amy Park, maybe it's just a vocal crowd, they're a really vocal crowd perhaps, and...
Good. I reckon your home crowd should give you an advantage.
Oh, so they should.
To some extent,
But that's why you want to play at a home game.
Yeah.
Because you want the crowd to give you the advantage. I mean, Tom doesn't understand that because he doesn't have a home ground. So.
And he doesn't have a home crowd.
All crowds.
What about pots and kettles there? My goodness.
What?
Seriously.
We have a home ground and we have
You
a
had
large...
more people at the Canberra game in Canberra than you do have your games at home.
That's not true.
There was a big crowd at Canberra.
And
You don't get that many crowds.
In the last Thursday night game, there was 14,000
Gentlemen,
people.
Your average crowd is as bad as us.
No, it's not actually.
It is.
Gentlemen, back to the games. Okay, so Tigers, we say again, the better team lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Second, third time this year.
Yeah. And it's just a shame they don't have enough... And class is the wrong word, but they experience.
Polish.
They just don't have enough to finish off.
Don't they?
No, I don't think
Why
so.
not?
Well, they've shown they
just
can
need
in
more
other
experience.
games, but
I mean, realistically, that Tigers team has some ability there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they have ability throughout the game and can get to a lead, but they really struggle in the last 10 minutes to defend a lead. And that's basically what they did the other night.
Yeah, but that's not...
And
See, that's coaching though.
Well, I don't know that it is. I mean, you expect. I mean, if Manly were were ahead by 2 points with a few minutes to go, you would expect Cherry Evans to be directing the team around and making sure that they're in the right place, that they're defending properly, that they're doing the right thing.
Steve.
I'm just not sure that's happening.
Mbai, Jennings, Masters, Marshall, Brooks, Madalino, Farah, Madison. They've got players there with masses of experience that should be able to get them over the line.
I think the difference is that they're playing more 80 minutes now, and the last couple of seasons, these are the games they would lose by a lot.
Yes.
I think they're more in the competition. So I think the difference is they're actually playing better than they used to, but they're still not playing well enough to win the clutch games.
See, I'm not sure you can blame the coach because it's an experienced coach who's won a number of premierships.
And I think he's done a lot for them.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not on board with his. Maybe they're not on his bus.
Different coach, but it's okay. All right, let's move on to Panthers Stadium. And you know how you keep saying you'll never pick the Warriors again?
Yeah.
Where the Warriors beat Penrith 30-10 at Penrith Stadium,
Well,
and I've got to declare I'll probably never pick the Panthers again.
I was about to say the Panthers are the new Warriors.
No, the Panthers are just dreadful.
They are.
The Warriors are still up and down.
Oh, what is going on? Honestly, I pick them week after week because I think this is
This
the
is the
week
week.
they're going to turn it around. This is the week.
But I didn't. I tipped the Warriors. I don't know what it was, but I just thought I don't know if I can pick Panthers.
I spoke to a bunch of people today, and they all said, "Yeah, we keep picking the Panthers, expecting this will be the week."
Yeah.
What is going on?
They reckon there's a lot of disharmony within the group. A lot of players aren't getting on enough, and that happens when you're losing and you start to look at at your other players and you start finding faults with them.
But the problem is they've been losing from the beginning. They've only won 2 games.
And they wonder whether that sex scandal stuff is still rumbling through the club. I mean, Phil Gould leaving was interesting. Now looking back, he could see this coming. I think, and I think he got out when he could.
Possibly.
I don't know.
I mean, they had Anthony Griffin last year, who this time of the year they were leading the comp.
Mm-hmm.
Took them into the semis. They sacked him 4 weeks out from the semis.
And they were in 4th or 5th position.
And they were looking good, and then lost a couple, which dropped them down through the top 8.
Yeah.
Someone's making some bad decisions there, and they got to turn it around sometime, or else honestly it's going to.
And Ivan Cleary's got no answers.
No,
It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. When you drop as we said last week, when you drop a winger because your team's losing, wingers don't lose your games by 20 points.
Yeah. And it was interesting. I saw something that said this sums up the Penrith season. There was a loose ball from the Tigers near their line.
Tigers
and the
Warriors.
The Warriors. The Warriors dropped the ball near their line,
yeah.
and the Panthers picked it up. There was 1-2 throw passes out wide, and it was pretty clear that Dallin Watene, the snap, would have scored, and he just fumbled the ball. Well, it was a bad pass anyway, but in the end, he lost the ball, and they said, "That's their season. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Nothing's going right for them."
And he's the halfback in the 5'8" who should be playing out of their skin for State of Origin. And
Confidence is just gone.
So-
They've got no confidence.
So are the Warriors back?
Oh, jeez. The Warriors are a good team.
Are they?
The Warriors are a good team that sometimes go missing.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a bad team. I think they're a good team that go missing too much.
I would never be able to declare the Warriors back.
Yeah.
Because the moment you do, they're going to lose 2 or 3 in a row.
But I think the Warriors are a really good team that go missing.
They do.
That's what I think. Yeah.
I
mean, I thought Nicarima was tremendous. He really added something to.
He's been a good acquisition.
He has.
And he's playing in a team where he seems to fit.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to the other game, the other Friday night game.
Yep.
At Suncorp Stadium, where the Broncos beat the Roosters 15-10. What a wonderful scoreline.
Yeah, thanks for playing them back in form.
And I don't mean that nastily, but from my childhood, a 15-10 scoreline was pretty cool when it was 3 points for a try and 2 points for the conversion. Haven't seen one of those for a long
they won
time.
it in the middle third. Their forwards just rolled over the top of us, and at last, the Broncos forwards showed what they were made of.
Yeah.
Payne Haas was sensational. Matt Lodge early in the game I thought was really, really, really solid. And then the halves, the backs were able to play off the back of that. The Roosters were disappointing. They were flat. And we could never get any field position. They were kicking out of the 40 metres all the time, kicking it into the corner, and then just not being able to pepper their line. I'd be interested to know how many tackles we had in their 20, because it wouldn't be many.
No. The Roosters didn't seem like they
didn't mount any pressure at all. And it was, 60-40 possession in the end.
But you know what? I want to take you back 4 weeks
Yep.
where the Broncos beat the Cronulla Sharks 29-6, and everybody said that's the turning point. They've turned, and then
hang on.
they lost.
What about when they beat the Cowboys and everyone said, the forwards are finally stepping up?
Correct.
Look, I'm not saying the Broncos are back, because I don't know that they played that well. I think we played poorly, and they took their opportunities. I mean, Seguiaro's try was annoying. I mean, when a hooker can get over the line like that, that's annoying.
Yeah.
But it's equal. It's worth the same number of points.
See, I disagree with you unusually. I don't think the Roosters played all that poorly.
Look, their defence was exceptionally good for a lot of the game.
Yeah.
There was only two tries to one scored. Our defence was exceptional for a lot of the game. We really dug in there, but we had no attack because they didn't let us. I mean, in the end, as the coach said, he said we didn't deserve to win because they out-enthused us.
So how are you feeling about Cooper Cronk?
Oh, look, I think this was coming, and I'm not disappointed in the sense that I think another this year will probably do him. I think he's probably done everything in the game, and he doesn't need to prove anything else.
Do you think he's been pushed so they can keep money for Latrell?
I think.
Think about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible, but really, I think they would have given Cooper the respect of doing that. He actually said in his press conference, believe it or not, that when he signed the 2-year contract, he thought that would probably be all he would want. And he's a man who's true to his word, and so I always knew he'd come back this year. But look, sensational career. Most of it at the Storm, of course, but he's been exceptional for us. And look, isn't he an immortal sort of status? I'm not so sure about that.
No, I don't think so.
But
I was actually
his record is pretty up there.
Oh yeah.
See, I was actually going to ask you about that, Steve, because if I was to say the best halfback you've ever seen, if you could sign one halfback in the last 40 years, who would it be?
Jonathan Thurston.
Then?
Closely followed by Cooper Cronk.
You reckon?
Peter
So you wouldn't have
Sterling?
So you wouldn't have Andrew Johns there,
No.
or Peter Sterling. See, I think those three are a step above.
Look, maybe Sterling, but I think Cooper Cronk is a much better halfback than Andrew Johns.
Oh,
See,
Seriously, I do.
The difference is Andrew Johns, Peter Sterling, and from my memory, and Jonathan Thurston were naturally gifted players,
Yes.
and they could win a game on their own. Cooper Cronk was a hard worker.
yeah.
He's got a work ethic.
I actually heard that today, and I thought that's probably true. Look, I don't think, for me personally, I don't think Cooper Cronk is in the top 6 or 7 halfbacks I've ever seen. But if we're talking about just getting every ounce out of that ability, he'd have to be in the top 1 or 2.
Oh yeah,
without doubt.
and they asked him in the press conference. They said, "So what's your secret? What advice would you give the other players?" He said, "Work really, really hard, but have some humility along the way." And that's the thing that sets him apart. Is I think he does work incredibly hard. He's true to his word, and he has humility, and that's an incredible trait. And you've got to give Craig Bellamy some credit for that, because I think he's built that culture.
Yeah.
And look, we talk about Cameron Smith and Billy Slater and Cooper Cronk when they were in Queensland, and how they were leery, and they sort of gave it to us. But you've got to give them credit. They're generally very humble guys.
At the end of the day, winners are grinners. If you're going to win time after time, you're going to be a bit of a lair. And, so what? New South Wales will do it. If we win this next state of origin, Trust me, we'll
That's
be
right.
doing a whole lot of it too.
Queensland will be trumping the State of Origin's dead if we win this
Yeah, that's
series.
right. Exactly.
Anyway.
So the Broncos played a good game. I'm not sure that that they're back. I think that they need to build on that.
It was probably Boyd's best game of the year.
No, I thought his best game was the week before anyway, but...
Okay,
Anyway,
there you go.
let's move on. There was a question I was going to ask you about whether anyway.
It's,
I'll ask you
it's
later.
too long talking about Roosters.
Okay, Super Stadium where the Dogs beat the Titans 22-16.
After being behind 16-0.
Yeah. And at that point I thought, well, my tip's safe.
Dean Pay just is it. He's got a spirit in this team of just not giving up. You know,
Yeah.
they've lost games, but they've lost games going right down to the line.
Yeah.
They've got a really good spirit there at the moment.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's
generally they will stay in the game, and probably like we talked about the Tigers with a lack of class, they've got the same thing, even more so.
Can I just say though, like I know that it's not all about stats, but if you look at the stats from that game, all run meters 1612 to 1627, post contact meters 481 to 484, tackle breaks 32 to 31, average play the ball speed 3 seconds each, tackles 332 330, missed tackles 31 30. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And you know what?
reflected in the score, really.
But once the Dogs scored their first try, I don't think they looked like losing.
No.
And I think that was the difference. The Titans just couldn't get back into that game.
Yeah,
They don't know how to tough it out and find a way to win.
because they scored the first 2 tries.
Yeah, it was 16-0, yeah. It was.
And there have been a number of games where they've been in that position and should have
Yep.
won and couldn't hang on to it.
Dale Copley, he played for us for one season. I just didn't want to lose him. I know he's not a sensational player, but he's solid and he's always there. He always figures in the in the game. Yeah.
I don't know what to do about. The Dogs are right. They've got the right man at their club at this time.
Well, which is interesting because only a week or so ago they were saying that Dean Pay won't see out the season because, and we talked about it, he started dropping players.
Oh, I'm concerned that he can't get the best out of players like Reece Martin, who last year looked like a State of Origin bolter. He was playing that well. I'm a little bit concerned that he can't get the best out of players like that and keeps dropping them. But he's obviously after a certain attitude and style and methodology, and he's going to stick to it.
Yeah.
So hats off.
Yep.
1300 Smile Stadium where the North Queensland Cowboys beat Parramatta 17-10.
Yeah, I tip Para in this. I thought they would bounce back, but they didn't.
Well,
And I didn't expect the Cowboys to play that well. I mean, not that they played great.
well, I did too. I picked Parramatta because of that bounce back factor, and you told me not to, and I should have
did.
listened to you.
What,
You
get out
should have listened to.
before?
Yeah, that's right. Don't start now.
No, I'm not going to.
Oh, look, what do you say? Poor old Parramatta. Who cares? Para doesn't matter.
He really means that too.
I know he does.
Janelle, he really means it.
Come on, Janelle. You know you want to rebuke that, but you can't. I was talking to a couple of Parramatta fans this week, and again, I think the problem at Parramatta is Brad Arthur.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I seriously do. What has he ever achieved?
Well, he made 2 years ago they were in the top 4.
Yep.
Top 8.
2 years ago. Yep. What is he number 4 after then? They've just signed him up to a long-term deal. And, no offence, the team gets lapped, and they sign him up to a long-term deal.
I wouldn't have signed him up for long term. 2 years at the most would have been.
I just think if you have a look at coaches on the market at the moment, or availability of players, availability of coaches, I don't think Brad Arthur is the man to lead Parramatta out of this slump. And to be honest, I like having a strong Parramatta because it's better when we beat them.
Anyway, so what are we going to say about North Queensland?
Yeah,
Played well.
I still think they're in trouble. I still think
Oh,
they've got a lot of holes. They're inconsistent. They're patchy. Jason Tamalolo makes a big difference.
Take him out and there's no...
Big difference to that team.
Yeah.
And there are too many better teams for them to feature at all in this
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
And that's
No, I agree.
sometimes what it comes down to.
Just interestingly,
Interesting.
the young Roosters 5'8" that went to Brisbane
Sean O'Sullivan.
has just asked for a lease to go and join the Cowboys.
Yes, I heard.
So,
He was never going to get a game there because they're just not interested. I mean,
well, that's right. So,
Didn't need
but
to
that
try
means
to stop top of him.
Brisbane are losing O'Sullivan, who can play. Cody Nikorima.
Yep.
So
their depth is going to be tested.
yeah, absolutely, it's already tested. I mean, Tom Dearden's 2 games into a career.
Yeah,
he goes
Sullivan
off.
was never going to see a lot of Dave while ever Dearden was there.
Well, I don't know. He's Dearden's only a young fella, up and down. If he has 2 bad games, what do? Where do they go?
Yeah.
Other than stick with him.
Yeah.
But if he's really on the nose,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this Sam Walker.
yeah. But I've apparently sold the Roosters, so
Oh, I
good
know.
luck.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to. Oh, I've lost my notes here.
GIO Stadium.
GIO Stadium, where the South Sydney Rabbitohs beat Canberra Raiders 16-12.
It was a
And I've
close
got to
thing.
tell you, the week before against the Roosters, a final pass lost them the game, and almost the same thing happened, except they dropped the ball just before the line.
Yep.
I mean, I've got to tell you, if
They've been unlucky.
they've been unlucky. If the Raiders had Rapana, if they had Leilua,
Bateman.
Bateman, I reckon they would have won this one. And
So it looks good for them later in the season because they're going to get those
Certainly.
men back.
yeah,
Yeah.
if they can maintain this form, they will feature.
And they're sitting
heavily.
in the top 6 or something, aren't they?
Yes, if they can maintain the rage.
Yeah.
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 But
Thereabouts.
that's a number of losses now to of the top 8 teams to the Raiders. So they've successfully bettered at the lower teams,
Yep.
and they've just lost to Souths, the Roosters, and Manly. You've got to say it there.
Yeah.
It
I mean-
hurts to say they're there. Yeah.
I mean, I must admit, I'm surprised. I at the start of the year, I thought they were going to be terrible. They were great, and I'm a bit surprised that they've lost those 3 games.
It hurts to see that Manly there. He's such an elitist, isn't he?
That's all right. I
It
don't
hurts.
mind.
It hurts my team to say that Manly
No.
are actually even in the conversation.
Anyway, Steve,
Yes.
You might not have said it, but that's what you meant.
Steve,
Yeah.
Steve, you said it earlier. The Souths are due for a loss.
Yeah.
The loss they're going to have.
And I
Really?
thought it was going to be this one. I honestly.
You thought it was going to be last week as well?
Who did we play last week? No.
Right.
I thought, honestly, I could have accepted. Mind you, it made me feel better when the Roosters lost.
Yeah.
But
Because he got his 3 seconds of
He's
fame.
an elitist, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, keep going, you're
thanks,
elitist.
brother. I honestly thought we'd lose this one, and I could live with it because I thought, well, okay. Souths have never done well winning 7, 8, 9, 10 games in a row. They've needed to have that loss to refocus them again, and it's coming. I can tell you the Souths loss is coming.
When do you play Manly again?
Well, we only played him once.
Jeez, that'd be nice.
So anyway, look, if they had lost this game, I could live with it. I was fine with it.
Standout player for Souths?
Cody Walker again,
I think so too.
and Cameron Murray, but Cody Walker are just.
And Sam. Sam's just...
Sam does it.
Sam, I don't think Sam had a great game.
No, Sam gave away far too many penalties.
Really?
Apparently, the
Yeah.
first half, 7 of the 8 penalties that South gave away were Burgess penalties. All Sam gave away 4 of them.
There was a lot of drop ball, actually. There's a lot of drop ball from Burgeye.
We might have
I
to
was
go
able
back
to
to
say...
Burgeye watch.
Where I was sitting, I was able to say... And a Burgess drops the ball. And Burgess drops the ball. My favourite comment.
Yeah, you love it.
I do.
Alright, anyway.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Anyway, we'll move on.
I was just interested to see what a South supporter was saying about who he thought the best player was.
Oh, it'll be
Cody will be getting the points almost every week at the moment.
otherwise
He's just so good.
He's actually
Mm.
playing out of his
So
skin at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Glen Willow Oval in Tamworth, where the Knights
Mochi, wasn't it?
Mochi.
probably.
Yeah.
Mochi.
Mochi.
Where the Knights beat the St George Illawarra Dragons 45-12, and at one stage it was 38-0. The only way the Dragons could score is when the Knights had someone sent to the bin.
You know,
Sorry, Barry, it's true.
On Friday on my way home, I thought, I'm going to change that tip. I'm going to go the Knights. All day Saturday, I thought, if I can just get to my laptop, because I can't log in on my phone for some reason, I'm going to change to the Knights.
You didn't get a chance.
Well, Sunday, I went out to have coffee with someone, and I went, oh no, the game's going to start before I get home.
Who'd you tip?
Oh, I went Dragons.
Yeah, I tipped the Knights. I just thought they're really starting to come into some form. So and also the Dragons are playing bad. And
but there's no way you would have thought,
Norman.
I'll pick the Knights and get this sort of score.
Oh no, not this score. No.
No, I thought it would be an arm
But
wrestle.
the Dragons have got nothing. No.
Well, like I said, it was 38-0 before they scored a try, and that was only because the Knights had someone sent to the bin. That was it.
Yeah.
And
they scored 2 tries in that period, and that was it.
And to add insult to injury, Mitchell Pearce hits a field goal at the end. Oh, this is a bit of practice. Let's have some practice.
Yeah.
Oh, and how good's Ponga going back at fullback?
Oh, yeah, he's killing
Why? Why did you even think that he could play 5'8"?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Why isn't he back at 5'8"?
But
Yeah, put him back at 5'8". That's
For our
right.
sakes.
But honestly, the kid's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be up near the top of the Dally M's again.
Oh, yeah.
There's a battle between him and Mitchell Pearce actually for points, Dally M points.
Yep. Oh, look, I don't know. But are the Dragons gone? Can we write them off?
I don't know.
I'll get Norman back.
Do you think the DeBellin issue had any influence on the result?
No.
Apparently he trained with them all week.
He's been training all week. He's been training. He's allowed to train with them.
No. But they've had him training.
Training as in to play.
To play.
I don't know. But the hard thing for him now, of course, is his court case could take 18 months.
Yeah,
to go to court. And I think that is tragic. I don't necessarily disagree with the NRL's stance. I'm a bit mixed about that. But the impact that it's going to have on his career in terms of waiting for...
I think it's over.
Yeah, and that's really tragic.
Well, that's right. So he's going to be...
Especially if he's found not guilty.
His career's over.
Yeah.
Because he's, and we probably should talk about this just a little bit. And the simple fact of the matter is he's not been guilty in a court of law. The NRL have stood him down. And initially I thought to myself, good, they've got to draw a line somewhere. Now I'm starting to think his court case might not be heard for another 12 months.
Yeah. Oh, they reckon 2 years maybe.
And so I'm thinking, and everybody else, and people out there are saying, but if it was your job, you could be stood down. And you go, yeah, but I'd go and get another job.
Yeah.
This guy, this is his livelihood, and it's short and it's limited.
Yeah.
And now we're talking 2 years, and then if he's innocent, well, not only has he lost that time playing, that contract money, that probability of playing and adding value to his brand.
Yes. Yeah.
I think what initially was a good decision is a poor decision. That's all.
Yeah. I mean,
hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I know.
You stand up and say, listen, he did allegedly what he did. We're going to stand you down. You can't look back on it 6 months later and say, well, you know what, maybe we shouldn't have because hindsight's wonderful.
It's just tough. I mean, our court system doesn't move fast enough.
No, and if there was a way that in these sort of cases you could do that, that'd be great. But then what about everybody else?
Yeah, no, you can't have that.
And it ruined Brett Stewart's career.
Ruined Brett Stewart's career. Yeah, he never came back the same.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But he wasn't as old as what DeBellin is.
Oh,
he was never the same player.
He was never the same player, and he was at the back end.
Yeah, correct.
Anyway, so what do we say about the Dragons? No, don't pick him again until Corey Norman gets back?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't know.
Because their attack was poor.
Their attack was poor, but their defence was even worse.
Yeah.
Defence is an attitude.
Yeah.
And when you have a look at their forward pack, James Graham, Paul Vaughan, Tyson Frizzell, Tarek Sims, they shouldn't get walked over.
And they were known for their defence in the last 2 seasons.
Yep.
So
Look, the Knights were just streaming through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, let's move on to PointsBet Stadium, where Scott Morrison won on Saturday night, but couldn't manage a win on Sunday night.
Yes.
Manly beat Cronulla Sharks 24-14, and I'm going to say right here and now, I'm impressed.
You should be.
Because basically the same team that Trent Barrett had last year is what Des Hasler has this year, and they're
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders.
Doing a great job.
Yep.
And look, you don't have DCE.
Or
Yeah.
Tom
Yeah,
Travojevic.
Or
yeah.
Tom, yep. And that's remarkable.
Oh, I'm blown away.
Mm.
I am absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
I was hopeful at the start of the year for pushing for a top 8 position. I really thought, man, I hope we get somewhere there. I would say 80% of people picked them for the spoon or second last.
Mm.
Well, someone here did.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know
who
who.
that was, but someone here did.
It wasn't me.
Look, that game, I think that game showed, I know it wasn't me either. I think that game showed that Manly actually do need a Manly person in charge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know you say it, and I don't know. You know what? It's because that fits into what the culture of the club
but that
is.
is such a
It's not.
parochial.
It's the same
But it's
as,
born out by
Load of
experience.
rubbish.
But it's born out by experience.
and it's the same as saying Dean Pay at Canterbury.
Yeah.
He is looking for that type of player and that type of attitude for his club and style of play. I think that's all Des is doing.
But
And the players have bought it.
Des got the Dogs to the grand final in 2014,
Yep.
and then yes, the year after and the year after that they fell away.
Yep.
So surely it's really just the coach, not the fact that they're going back home.
Nah. Trust me, you don't
To a
understand.
sandcastle.
You don't understand. You're a South supporter.
So, yeah,
Look,
so
so
about the game.
The game itself, look, there were a couple of incidents in the game that confused me, but that's okay. I'm okay. When you come out on the winning end, all those little things don't matter. At one point, Manly were given a penalty, took a tap. I think it was Mansi Fanoa, took a tap,
Yep.
scored. Ref goes, no, you're inside the 10.
Then Hamlin, you are.
But hang on, the replay showed he was outside of the 10, and that's where the
Yeah.
penalty was given. But then Sharks did it, and it was like, oh yeah, that's a try.
The prop did that, yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, hang on a second. No. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
No, that's right.
Another thing that surprised me, and this is why, look, there's a lot of Manly people, supporters out there who are saying, Jake should be the team captain. Cronulla got 10 penalties in a row. 10! Jake didn't approach the referee.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, come on. 2, you approach the referee. 3, you go, come on, what's going on?
Yeah.
10, and you sit them back on your heels? Oh, I can't wait till Jerry's back.
I thought Brendan Elliott had a really good game. And,
Journeyman.
yeah. But, you bagged him when he first got into the fullback position because he's not Tom Trbojevic. But he's grown into that. He won't keep it, but he's grown into that position, and he's really doing a really good job. And so's Kane Elgey. Kane Elgey's picked up the
I know.
slack. He picked up the slack because he was terrible when
Well,
Cherry Evans
and that's right. Well, then he got dropped and then had a lucky recall. And then,
And who's the halfback at the moment? He's only had 1 or 2 games.
Cade Cust.
Yeah.
Look,
19, isn't
He
he?
wasn't.
Yep. Look,
You talked about
fans
it.
have been calling for him for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, he can play a bit. Oh, and it's a good, it's a good position to be in now because over the next 2 or 3 weeks, Sherry Evans comes back, Tom Trbojevic comes back, Moses Sully comes back. Now I don't know how you fit all those blokes into a winning team now. I know they've got to come back.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great problem to have.
In Des we trust.
All right. Okay, Tom, you want to do the ladder for us?
Yes,
I
Tom.
shall.
Yes, Tom. Do the ladder.
Okay. In first place are the Rabbitohs. Second place
Oh,
is
how
Storm.
lousy was that?
That was poor, Tom. Come on.
First place is the Rabbitohs. I said that when the Roosters were on top.
No.
Yeah, but you had...
Tom, this is how you do it.
Okay.
Leading the comp with 18 points, the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Leading the comp with 18 points temporarily is the South Sydney Rabbitohs, followed by on 16 points the Storm and the Roosters. The Raiders and the Seagulls are in 4th and 5th position. The 4 teams on 10 points, the Knights in 6th, the West Tigers in 7th, the Eels in 8th, and just outside the 8 are the Sharks. Then there's a drop back to a number of teams on 8 points, the Warriors, the Broncos, the Dragons, the Cowboys, followed by the Bulldogs, who've got themselves out of the cellar, thankfully. And then on 4 points with only 2 wins, the Titans and the Panthers.
Wow.
And who would have picked that at the beginning of the season?
Not
Wow.
me. That's I think I had Panthers in my top 4 if I remember rightly.
With a minus 113 points for and against. That is just...
The two worst
abominable.
defensive teams are at the bottom of the ladder.
Which is what you'd expect.
As it should be.
Yes.
Guess who Manly play over the next 2 weeks?
Well, you could get surprised.
I don't think... Anyway, doesn't matter.
All right,
So,
let's move on, gentlemen. I want to talk about State of Origin for the next few minutes.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I forgot where I put my team.
We agreed we're going to talk about those that are locked in.
Yep.
So let's throw a few names around.
Tedesco.
Teddy.
Oh,
Locked
you're
in?
starting at the back.
Starting at fullback.
Doesn't
Teddy,
Yeah, right.
locked in.
Teddy's locked in.
Latrell Mitchell.
Locked in.
Luke Keary.
Although he hasn't played well lately.
Doesn't matter. Locked in.
Luke-
Addo Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Locked
put him
in.
Locked in.
Luke Keary.
Yep,
Locked in.
he's in.
Cook. Damien Cook.
Yes, locked
He'd
in.
be the first pick.
Yeah.
Boyd Cordner. He's a captain.
Always
He's
have
gonna
to put him in, yeah.
Frizzell.
Yeah, I think he's playing as good as any of the others, yeah.
Jakey T.
Oh, yeah, most certainly.
Clemmer.
Yep.
Vaughan.
Clemmer
Vaughan, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right.
I've got Adam Reynolds as my 7.
So have I.
Have you got?
Nah, I'm going Cleary still.
Yeah.
Really?
I got Josh Morris in
Well done.
centres.
Yes, as you should have, as I suggested last week.
So I'm right
sure.
because you said it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So who's your
But
alternative?
who's the alternative?
Who's your alternative?
See, that's the problem. We've had a number of centres go down, and
I'd
James
love
Robinson
to see
reserve
Mitch
grade.
Robertson there, but I just think
I think Orbison's... Yeah, I don't think for State of Origin.
I think for a bloke who can't crack the first grade squad in centres, you're not going to play him in State of Origin in centres.
well, he's a utility. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked somebody else for utility. Otherwise, I would put him in as utility.
Yeah, look, okay. I mean, I can accept Josh Morris. Thinking about there isn't too many other opportunities. So
Right? And I've got other. Who's your other winger? Ferguson? Yeah, Ferguson.
Ferguson, yeah. I think Ferguson's proved himself. I think enough to
why
do
not
that
Nick
position.
Cotric?
Well,
I don't think Nick Cotric's been playing the house.
I
He's
would-
been solid.
I would go Kotrick ahead with Morris head to head, but I think Ferguson has done everything that is required to get back into the team.
But that's the problem. I don't like his attitude. I wouldn't pick him because of his
He's been pretty
attitude.
good.
No, last couple of years.
I think he's got a good cockiness. I think his cockiness is good. It's good for his game.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, I'd be picking Cotric over. I'll be honest.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Well, I'd go Kotrick, Morris or Kotrick, and have Ferguson there. But like I said, that's not a lot of change between the three of us
No.
who like to argue stuff.
Sure.
But
So what about
overall, 3 players different, and our forward packs are the same.
Yeah,
So
Bench is going to kill it.
Yeah, I've got Cody Walker as my utility.
yeah, I agree.
I've got Clint Gutherson.
Yeah.
You don't have Cody Walker in your team at all.
Nah. I'd have Gutherson or at a pinch Radley.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Over-
I don't think
over
Radley's,
Walker.
I don't think that's Radley's position, honestly.
No,
He's a lock.
I don't have Bradley.
He's a
I
lock, or he's a
I
yeah.
have Cam
But-
Murray
I have Cam Murray on my bench. Yep.
on the bench.
Yeah, I haven't actually found a place for Cam Murray, unfortunately. I think he's sensational, but I haven't been able to find a place for him. He could probably replace Crichton. I think Crichton's been okay, but Murray's probably been better.
Well, what's your bench altogether, Tom?
I've got Cody Walker.
Yep.
Payne Haas.
Yep.
I've got Matt Lodge and Angus Crichton.
Okay. Well, I've got Clint Gutherson, Payne Haas, Angus Crichton, and Murray. Cam Murray.
Yeah, I can live with that. And you've got-
I'm not sure about Lodge.
Okay.
I agree with you other than Lodge.
Mhm.
So I put Murray in ahead of Lodge. That's it.
And that's okay. I can live with that.
Would you take
And
would you take Lodge out?
Yes.
Because you've already got a number of big boppers in the team. Would you
Yep.
take Lodge out and put Radley in?
No, I put Cameron Murray instead of.
No,
Radley.
but I'm saying have Cameron Murray and...
Well, see, Cameron Murray's not in my.
Oh, you haven't got him in your team at
Yeah.
all.
So I'd be happy to have Murray instead of Lodge.
So why wouldn't you pick Murray and Radley?
well,
Because Murray
You got a
Radley
lot of
will-
youth. You got a lot of youth there, and a lot of very similar players.
here's my
who
issue
can
though.
play different positions.
Yeah.
Cordner, Frizzell, and Jake Travojevic are 80-minute players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're actually going to have to sub one of those guys out to bring in, your Crichton or your Murray.
True.
Unless you push Jake up to front row and give him a stint there before you take him off, and that's Yeah, so I couldn't find enough size on the bench.
But you got Payne Haas there who can come in and
One.
swap them
But
out.
then I've got Angus Crichton and Cam Murray, who are both back rowers.
Yeah.
So then do they come in and play that, barge it up? I don't want those blokes doing that.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you bring on the Radleys and
Cam
Cam Murray 20 minutes into the game, after the big boppers have beat each other up, and those guys, because they can run holes.
Yeah.
You find a hole for them and they'll run through it. And I tell you what, the way that Cam Murray's been playing at the moment, why wouldn't you bring him on 20 minutes later
Oh, absolutely.
and let him run the rings around the big
Yeah.
guys?
Interesting.
Yeah, look, I think it's an interesting. I mean,
That's why I've got him in my team.
We pretty much agreed almost on our 13.
Yeah.
Which is remarkable. But I think they pick themselves. That's the thing.
Yeah,
They mostly pick themselves.
yeah, and let's face it, the biggest conjecture, and like I said, I won't be upset if they go with Reynolds instead of Cleary.
I don't know how you could pick Cleary.
I
they're
don't think.
just not
No, I don't
performing.
think he's playing as badly as the team is.
Well, I tell you what, they're not winning games.
Yeah, but that's
they're being smashed.
The
that's-
question is, you put a decent performing team around.
you put a forward
maybe
pack in
he'll
front of
be
him that actually makes some meters.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's playing as badly as Penrith are.
I feel for the kid. So you would
Oh, sure.
you pick a kid who's not playing with confidence over someone who's playing with confidence.
Who's saying he's not playing with confidence?
Everybody.
He just can't get out of his half. He can't get a player into a gap because these players aren't running.
That's probably fair.
I
So
know.
Facebook NRL from the sidelines. Please give us your New South Wales Origin team. Come on, Sally, you can do it.
Yeah, go on, Sal.
And give us the Queensland.
And also one of the guys who listen to our show regularly actually said, "Oh, thanks for the call out the other week." Mitch, put your state of origin team down. Would you have Cleary,
Who does he support?
the current last place Spooners Penrith?
Mitch.
Mitch, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Don't worry, Mitch, and you can have Trent Barrett back too.
And Bradley, you're notable by your silence. So
Yes, Braddles.
Please, Bradley.
Rattles.
All right.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to move on to round 11.
Mm-hmm.
Bankwest Stadium, Thursday night, where the Parramatta Eels are playing the Penrith Panthers.
You didn't.
Yep. I'm not going against Parramatta at Bankwest.
Good
No,
there, 2 from 2.
It does tend to
if
change the game a little
well, let
bit.
me tell you, if Amy Park got the Storm over the line against the Dogs and the Tigers,
Yeah.
well, somehow Panthers put on 50 points
Yeah, I think-
against the Tigers.
I think the Eels very comfortably, at least a dozen points, probably or more.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Although, would this be the week Penrith turn it around?
Well, we keep saying that. I can't believe it.
well, last week Nathan Cleary dropped Regan Campbell-Gillard. And the guy put in, was it 75 minutes in reserve grade, made 300 metres and
Yeah, I had a
70
great
tackles, and it's like, that's not the bloke you drop.
No, he had a great game.
And he's recalled this week, so I'm thinking perhaps can't go.
You can't go Parramatta.
No, I'm going.
okay.
No, I can't go Panthers.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going to tip Parramatta.
Do you need to spit?
Yeah, I do. Pa!
Okay, let's move on to Lotto Land on Friday night, where Manly Sea Eagles play the Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah. Fortress Brookvale will prevail.
Don't you worry, Steve. We're coming. I don't have any doubt. Des will have them fired up.
At home.
Yeah.
Kane LG will get man of the match.
Oh,
Des will come.
Really?
Des will come out and say, Kane, this is what you need to do. This is your club that let you go.
Hey,
Fire up, sunshine.
can I ask Manly for sale? Because I've got a few dollars in my pocket. Probably find
Has he
10,
got
20
that much
bucks.
money? I thought it was 10 or 20 mil.
pretty good job he's got.
Look, there's a number of rumours going around. URM, who are the major sponsor,
Yep.
have, I think, over the last 2 years been interested in buying. I don't think Penn's interested in selling. If it does, it'll probably be a partnership with URM and Max Delmerge, who wants to get back in.
I was going to say, I thought Max Delmerge was out.
However, Penn is actually over in New York at the moment, and I heard a little rumour that he was looking at a
Rugby league side there.
big American buyer. Either way, I don't care.
No, I'd heard that he was talking about actually getting involved with the New York team that they're talking about.
This is the simple fact of the matter is this: Bears fans, go away. That's it.
Sorry.
Every time Manly for sale comes up,
Oh, okay. Right.
all these obnoxious Bear supporters come out.
Well, they want revenge.
Look, we killed them.
Yes, you did.
You did kill
You stabbed him in the back.
And then we turned them around and stabbed them through the heart.
Yeah, that's right. It's good to see some honesty.
Okay, so Manly by 3? Okay.
Manly by 3. Manly by 30.
Both.
No, but the 3
all three of us, right.
Okay. McDonald Jones Stadium on Friday night as well, where the Newcastle Knights are playing the Sydney Roosters.
Should be a good game this one.
Should be good.
I think the Roosters will bounce back, but the Knights are playing some great footy.
Yeah.
Boyd Cordner and Tupou both back in the team.
Yes, they'll be back.
So Roosters, of course, get to bring in an international winger but we won't talk about that.
Ryan had a pretty serviceable game, coming straight back from an ACL. So
Yeah.
look, the Knights are on fire, and they'll at home they'll be buoyed by being at home. Mitchell Pearce is playing his old team, all that stuff.
I'm thinking I might go the Knights.
That's a reasonable call.
They're playing. They're in good form,
Yeah.
but it is the Roosters. I don't want to pick against the Roosters.
I agree with you. It's tempting to go the Knights the way they're playing, but
Yeah, what are you doing, Steve? I'm going to follow Steve on this one.
No, really.
Yeah, whatever
Because you're in
Steve
the winner's
says.
circle together.
Whatever Steve says, I'll say.
draw.
It's pathetic, isn't it?
We can't go draw.
Really.
Can't go draw.
No, it's not worth it. It won't be a draw. What do you reckon?
It's really hard to tip against the Roosters.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's recorded. Steve
They're a
finds it
good
really hard to
team.
tip against the Roosters.
They're
Yes.
a good team.
Yes.
They
and
won't make the 8.
Win it for Coop this year.
Win it for Cooper. They're going to have a win it for Cooper week.
No, season.
No.
No, week.
Season.
No.
The Roosters will make the top 8 this year. Let me just say that
Well,
right now.
that's very generous of you. How generous he is.
GIO
He's in
Stadium.
this position.
GIO Stadium, where the Canberra Raiders are playing North Queensland.
Won't
Raiders.
lose again.
Yeah, Raiders.
Won't lose again.
Yeah, I can't see North Queensland winning this one. It's going to be cold.
We've had a few home games lately.
Saturday afternoon.
GIO. They must have going to have a lot of back-ended away games.
Away games, yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't see it. Even with Tamalolo playing, I can't see it happening. Mount Smart Stadium, Saturday afternoon, where the Warriors play the Brisbane Broncos.
I think Broncos will get a reality check.
I don't know what to do again.
I'm tipping the Warriors at home.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm going Broncos.
I'm Warriors at home. I know I said I wouldn't pick them again, and it's been a whole 2 weeks, and they've won both times. So let me just say, if I've picked them this week and they lose, it's me.
Everyone who the Warriors have beaten this year, and it's not many, but everyone who they haven't played well. So I can't pick the Warriors against the Broncos.
But the problem is the Broncos haven't been up for many games.
No,
and they haven't backed it up.
Yeah.
And they were emotionally high last week. I don't know whether they can do it again.
I think they can. I'm going Broncos.
Yep.
Okay, Saturday night, ANZ Stadium, South Sydney Rabbitohs against the West Tigers.
Okay.
Danger game for the Rabbitohs.
Yep.
I'm tempted to tip the Tigers, I think.
And I think you should.
Um,
Next.
There's no such thing as superstition, Stephen.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it's on form. And I think the Rabbitohs are due for a loss.
But you're too far ahead in the
Yeah,
tipping
okay.
competition, so I'm happy for you to tip the Tigers.
Am I ahead of you as well?
Everyone's
Probably.
ahead of me at the moment.
I'm tempted to tip the Wolf.
Do you know, out of my super coach team, I lost last week by 5 points.
Did you? I lost by 3.
Well, I didn't lose at all.
No,
Yeah, well.
mind you, haven't won any either.
I'm tempted to go with the Tigers, but I won't.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and I'll even go the Tigers this
And
year.
I've got to tell you, it's great news that the NRL has ratified Greg Inglis's retirement, and that has all been put to bed. Nothing has been done illegal. It is all clear, above board. Everybody knows what's going on, so you can put your conspiracy theories in your back pocket.
You've now found a way to get Cooper Cronk to play next year.
How?
How?
Oh, just sign him up, and if he doesn't feel like it, then just give him a job.
He's got to retire first and not take his
And
money.
he's actually got a job
There you go.
next year.
That's all right. Well, don't
But
worry.
he'd already retired.
But he's also
He hasn't re-signed.
But
so
he's
not
also
had to
taking
use
his money. That's the difference.
Just promise him a job. Don't worry.
The difference in this situation is Cooper Cronk is signed until the end of this year.
All right. Well,
He will retire. The difference with Greg Inglis was he wasn't signed. He was signed until next year.
That's right. Which means he
But he's
shouldn't.
not taking his money. If Cooper Cronk
We've
retired
had this
today,
But he is taking money,
He's
and
he's
in
taking
a
money for another job.
paid
It's
position
boring.
at
Let's
the
move
club.
Listen,
He keeps bringing it up. He
You're-
needs to be.
hey,
He needs to be told that he's wrong.
you're
'Cause no
wrong.
one obviously tells him he's wrong.
you're wrong, I'm right. Let's move on. Okay, let's go on to Sunday afternoon at Belmore Sports Ground, where the Canterbury Bulldogs play the Melbourne Storm.
Tough game.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Melbourne Storm will win this season.
Yep. They'll lap him.
I'm not convinced about that.
Every year the Dogs take the Storm game to Belmore, and every year I've
Oh,
gone.
it's at Belmore.
Oh, it's at Belmore.
Storm.
I'm thinking, oh, geez, that'll be tough. They're taking it this, and they get lapped.
Belmore's the Dogs' graveyard.
I know.
Seriously. Yeah.
I'm going the Storm just because it's at Belmore.
I'm still thinking I might give the Dogs a chance.
Yeah, you do that, and also go the Tigers, and also go whoever else you want to go.
Yes, please, do it. No, I can't. I've got to
Because
get
I'm
on
at the
this.
top of the tipping comp.
That's just because I
Not
don't
for long
want
if he keeps tipping like
In my own winner's circle, by the way.
That's right. Let's go on to Wynn Stadium on Sunday afternoon. The last game of the round, Western Georgia Illawarra play the Cronulla Sharks. This is actually usually this is a very good game.
Yep. I can't remember whether Matt Moylan's back this week.
I can't remember either.
Anyway,
So Georgia
Sharks.
bounce back, you
I think
think?
it's
No.
Sharks. No, I think
no, I don't.
No.
No, I think the Sharks will win.
Dragons are in a hole.
Yep, big time.
And soon they're going to lose Frizzell. I think that's all.
They made, mind you,
Hunt.
McGregor actually made some changes to the team.
Yes, he did.
So Zach Lomax at fullback.
For this week, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got rid of the Radalawavwa. What is his name?
Ravalawa.
Yep, got rid of him. So UNA come back into the starting team. Why would you carry a specialist centre on the bench? I don't know. Nah, Sharks. Nah. I was trying to talk myself into why I should pick the Dragons because I don't like the Sharks.
I tell you what, I'm going to go the Dragons this one, depending on how many of the injured players might come back. But right now, I'll be tipping the Dragons over the Sharks.
Chad Townsend is just having a sensational season.
Yeah,
He is.
couldn't get out of
He
jail
needs
against Manly.
because he needs to. You know, he's not the best player in the side, and when the good players come back, they'll probably outshine him. But he is holding that team together,
Yeah, true.
doing a great job.
He's their Cooper Cronk.
I didn't say it.
Okay,
Taking it.
He said
we
it.
are going to wrap up this show tonight, gentlemen.
Yep.
Brian, anything intelligent you want to end with?
Paul Gallen.
I said intelligent. We're not going to bag people.
We're not. I'm just saying Paul Gallen now has the unwanted record as the NRL player with the most losses.
Paul Gallen, you are the biggest loser.
But you know what? So does Wayne Bennett when it comes to coaching. And no one would bag him, would they?
Yeah, seriously. See,
Yeah, it's
the
a-
most
Hang on,
losses.
he's also
But then he's played the
coached
most
game.
games.
That's right.
Coach-
Well, look at Gallen, yeah.
And mind you, I've got to say, even from a South supporter, I'm surprised it's not John Sutton.
well, that's right, because he played through some really
played through some-
ordinary seasons.
You know,
Yeah.
seasons
So did
where
the
we're winning
Sharks.
three games in a row.
3 games. That's right, Steve's a South supporter.
So yeah, I'm surprised it's not John Sutton. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, that's an unwanted record for sure. But you know what? He'll lose another 4 or 5 this year. That's fine. Because you know what? He's had a far better career than we've had.
And can we also
And he's
mention-
won a premiership too.
Yeah.
This is Indigenous round, so
Yes.
Yes.
great. It's always terrific. I mean, they wear the Indigenous jerseys. Indigenous people get highlighted. I think that's a great thing for the country.
Yes.
Including for our brothers,
Including the greatest Indigenous player of all time, Cliff Lyons, immortalised on the Manly
He has
jersey.
to personalise it, doesn't he? You can't talk about the
It's-
general.
No.
idea. It's just got to
Yeah,
make it about him.
And
The
it's-
greatest.
And he's not the greatest.
He is the greatest Indigenous player.
Jonathan,
best.
Larry
Jonathan
Corrowa?
Thurston.
Better.
Jonathan Thurston is the greatest.
Arthur
player.
Beetson,
Better.
Jonathan Thurston.
Better.
He's not. He's
What
more,
would you know?
He played longer.
What would you know?
He played longer.
What would you know, Victorian boy?
Well, that's 2 minutes we
Sorry.
can't get back.
He's up there.
Oh, my
he's
goodness.
well up there.
All right, okay, you know what? Jonathan Thurston, then Cliff Lyons.
Oh, thank you.
Just.
Jonathan Thurston, Arthur Beetson.
Oh, please, no. Cliffy was magic. Magic.
It was magic. Tom, you want to finish the show?
He
with
did.
anything?
No, I
Said-
didn't.
Oh,
did
that's
it,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to end the show now. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll do it all again next week. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
So, yeah.